Welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane back with another monthly update on the dividends and options for February. That's right, we're already through the first 2 months of the year 2024 here. 2 months already in the books. Into March we go, but we're going to take a quick look back into February, take a look at all the dividends we received, all the options plays we were in, and total them up to see how we were doing so far for the year. And before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who's taken the time to watch, comment, and like the videos. And a special thank you to those who subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And for those of you who may be stopping by for the first time, on this channel we focus on dividend growth investing, buying stocks in good companies that pay growing dividends and hold them for the long term. It's not rocket science, in my opinion. The best way to do anything, keep it as simple as possible. So it really boils down to consistently investing, dollar cost averaging, whether that's weekly, monthly, annual, once a year, whatever you can do, whatever you can afford, or using your tax returns or your bonuses one time a year, or if every week you're taking a little bit of money, dollar cost averaging into either ETFs or individual stocks. Companies with a high positive cash flow that covers the dividend, a high return on invested capital. I cover all my investments into the portfolio on this channel. I don't have a paid Patreon account or a paid paywall you need to access or any other site I'm going to send you to. We all have enough to pay for, so it's free to see what I'm doing. I also do a portfolio update every Sunday morning, so tune back in and check that out as well. But if you would like to help the channel, if you would hit the thumbs up button down below. Let me know how your month of February went. Do you do any options? What dividends you might have been paid? What were your totals this month? How many companies paid you out? What did it look like for you? Would love to hear from you. Hit that subscribe button down below. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the Vested Interest community. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever we put out any new content like this. And share with anyone that you think might find value in the content, or dividend growth investors that you know that again might like content like this. So now that you've done all that, and really appreciate those of you who have, let's jump into the video. So we are going to start with the dividends received. As you can see on the calendar here, we started receiving dividends right away on the first of the month. Thursday, February, we received dividends from CVS. This is your corner store, right? Ticker CVS. They paid us $93.11. We received dividends from Verizon, and I'm sorry, CVS is out of the healthcare sector. Received dividends from Verizon Communications, ticker VZ, out of the communications sector, $208.37 there. Another one out of the communications sector, AT&T, paid us $100.15. I think Verizon, CVS, and AT&T right now look pretty attractive. I've seen a lot of people on other channels selling out of Verizon and AT&T. I will say I think that is a mistake. I think Verizon has a very bright future, nice growing cash flow, growing dividend. And AT&T, I know a lot of people were down, but with the cut in their dividend a couple years back, which is whenever I jumped into them, so I can understand those of you who are down on it, maybe have been down for quite some time. I did not buy these 10 years ago. I bought these a couple years ago whenever they did the dividend split, so I'm actually doing pretty well on both of these positions and love the high yield and the dividend return. So I'm not telling you what to buy. I think they're a buy. I've been nibbling on them a little bit, looking to nibble on them a little bit more as they appear to be pulling back again. But let's keep going here. On the 14th, we received dividends from Enterprise Product Partners. This is out of the energy sector. They paid us $112.21. Omega, this is another one I've been adding a little bit to. I added a little bit last month. Very nice dividend yield, over 7%. My yield on cost is over 8%. Omega Healthcare Investors, this is a REIT out of the real estate sector. I have not been adding here. They paid us $185.73. Procter & Gamble, I haven't been adding to this one either. This is out of the, and Omega Healthcare Sectors is a REIT out of the real estate sector. Procter & Gamble is out of the consumer staples sector. They paid us $31.71. Ally is actually the bank I use for my checking, my savings, as well as my broker's account. They paid us $70.07. They are a bank out of the financial sector. Ticker O, the monthly paying REIT out of the real estate sector. Realty Income paid us $51.46. This is one, if you did not catch it yesterday, that I am including in my monthly additions to the portfolio here. This is one I'm looking to add to in March. It has really pulled back down below $52, so I'm going to add that. They paid us $51.46. And last but certainly not least, Williams & Sonoma, ticker WSM. This is out of the consumer discretionary sector, paid us $1.82, and we only had a very small position here, a couple shares. We were up significantly though, which is part of the reason we weren't adding, up over 87%. So I actually did sell out of this position. So this will be the last payout unless they drop back into the 120s, 130s, and I'll jump back into them. But they had, like I said, run up over $200 per share. I was buying them in the 110 to 120 range, and just was not adding, and only having a couple of shares, such a small position, it just made more sense to take those funds and to roll them into other positions. All total, we made $854.63 in dividends for the month of February, really starting to see some returns. This dividend snowball has really grown. You're going to see the year-over-year growth here towards the end. It is amazing how fast this is growing now, and it's really exciting to see that take off. I mean, $854.63. This could, more than pay a couple bills, my utility bill, my electric or gas and a water bill, for example, or potentially for some of you, this might even pay the rent, right? This could pay your mortgage if you're in a small starter home or in an apartment. $854 would have paid my rent back in the day before I bought a home. I think actually my first house was around $780 per month back in 2003 whenever I bought my first house. So this would have paid that mortgage on that place. Let's keep going here. So $854.63 in dividends. Here I cover the month over month, plus the total for the year. So January paid us out $478.27. February paid us $854.63. All total so far for 2024, $1,332.90 in dividends. And you can see I've got them color coded here. January will pay out again in April, again in July, and again in October. So I expect this to just grow. By the end of the year, I'd like to see January's payment be close to February's, if not more. I'd like to see February's payment that's going to pay out again in May, August, and November jump up over $1,000 by the end of the year, which I think both will happen. So it'd be nice to see every month over $1,000 in dividends by the end of the year. We'll see if that happens. Now on to the options. It was a pretty good month in options. You can see all of the options plays here. We had some covered calls. We had some cash secured puts. You can see those here. I'm not going to go through every one of these. You can run through, if you don't know how to read options, I'll run through that real quick. Here's the date that we entered into the contract, right? They're all sold to open. I don't buy any calls or buy any puts. I do all of my calls and puts are selling to make options premium. That's what's over here on the far right. This is the options premium. Here is the company's ticker, right? It's one contract. You'll see one contract equals 100 shares. So all of these are for one contract, except for this one here with MPW. That was for 5 contracts, so 500 shares, right? When it says -1, that's one contract for 100 shares. And then multiply by whatever number, -5 is 5 contracts for 500 shares. Here's the ticker. So this is the company, whether it's a call or a put. And a call just means I own 100 shares already. A put means it's a covered call. So that why it's covered is because I already own the 100 shares. And this put is what they call a cash secured put. That means I don't own the shares yet. I have the cash and I'm willing to buy them. Here's the ticker. Here's the expiration date. So here's when you open the contract. Here's when it expires. The strike price. So the price I'm either willing to sell. If it's a call, that's the price I'm willing to sell at. If it's a put, that's the price I'm willing to buy at. Again, whether it's a call or a put. Here is the cost for me to enter into the contract. And here is the options premium, or I'm sorry, this is not. This is the money I receive, 39 cents per share, right? This is the cost, 50 cents plus they charge me a $5 fee or a 5-cent fee. So 50 cents to open the contract with a 5-cent fee. So 39 cents times 100 shares would be $39. They keep the 55-cent fee, so my premium is $38.45. So date the contract's open, how many contracts it is, ticker, a call or a put, the ticker again, the date the contract closes, the strike price, call or a put again, how much per share I'm going to make, the fee I pay, and the total options. So all total for the month of February, $434.40 received in options premium. That's all of these combined. So pretty good month. Same thing. This would, probably pay a car payment for somebody. So I could I don't have a car payment. My car's paid for. But if you did, you could, and you owned 100 shares of some companies, you could run options on them and create additional income throughout the month to pay out, or throughout the weeks, and pay any bills you had as well. So very good month overall. And here I'm running the same thing we did with the dividends. You can see the options from month to month. So January was not as good as this past month in February. We only had $73.35. Here's the $434.40. All total so far for 2020. I need to change that. That should be 2024. $507.75 in options premium. Now here's the totals. Here's February cash flows. That's the options and the dividends received, $1,289.03. So if I add options in, I am over $1,000 a month right now in income. Total dividends, $1,332.90. That's for the year so far. Total options, $507.75, again for the year so far. So total cash flow so far in 2024, $1,840.65. Now here is where you can see the monthly dividend growth. I don't track options like I do dividends because they fluctuate so much month to month. It really depends on the other person on the other side of the contract. I can't force someone to take a contract. It's just what I get is what I get. A little bit different with dividends. Companies pay out and they post what they're going to pay out. So it's pretty easy to forecast out and to track what dividends you're paid out from month to month. But anyways, as you can see here, I've kept all the way back to whenever I opened the position back in March of 2021. That's whenever I opened this portfolio. 2022, 2023, 2024 here, so that you can see the nice growth from year to year, right? The only year or months that kind of dropped back down was whenever I sold out of some positions, like in June here. That's why you're seeing, right, the 2022 year is higher than the 2023 year. Also, we had some special dividends paid by LyondellBasell this month as well, so that was part of it, but I did sell out of a couple positions. But let's get back to February. You can clearly see we weren't receiving any dividends back in 2021 because we hadn't opened the portfolio yet. First year, $253.03. Second year, $459.43. So you can see big jumps up, almost double from year to year, and no different from 2023 to 2024, $854.63. And that increase year over year for the month of February was 86.02%. Now, I don't know about you, but I did not get an 86% raise at my job. I got a 4% raise this year, so nothing to sneeze at. I am happy about my raise, but it definitely is not an 86.02% raise like my dividend growth from year to year. So very nice to see that. I think that can kind of give you a visual of how fast these, and keep in mind, I am adding my new capital to the portfolio every week. I'm reinvesting my dividends, and I am reinvesting any of the options premium I get as well. So I am actively and very aggressively funding this portfolio right now, and I am not taking any of the funds out, not in options premium, not in dividends, and I will not do so until I'm ready to actually use those funds. I'm going to continue to drip. That's a dividend reinvestment plan, putting any dividends paid out by any company right back into the company that pays them, and I'm going to keep dumping the options premium back into the portfolio as well. Now, that may change in the future, and when it does, I'll let you know, but for right now, I'm aggressively funding this. I am in the building phase, the accumulation phase of the portfolio. Well, that is really it for this one. Let me know how you did. Do you do any options? What dividends did you receive? What companies paid you out? What was your total? As always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button down below. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the vested interest community. I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions, opinions, or suggestions for future topics. I also do a stock pick of the day series Monday through Thursday where we take a look at a stock that's pulled back for the day to see if it's presenting any value. So if you like that kind of content, again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell down below, and drop me any suggestions for companies you'd like me to cover in that stock pick of the day series, and I'll work them into the rotation. I do not cover tobacco stocks. Just want to throw that one out there again. But that's it for this one. Really appreciate you stopping by. This is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm only sharing my opinion and investing journey for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk. You can't use money to never invest any amount not comfortable living. Always do your own research, invest based on your situation, circumstances, and select criteria, or seek the advice counsel certified financial advisor.